Yeah, Stella, baby. Finna get right. Here we go. Yeah, listen. I ain't really tryna hold too much pride. Feeling like Michael, how I beat those odds. Yeah.
Welcome to Unapologetically Divorced, where we don't just talk about divorcing a marriage or a relationship. Here we are talking about divorcing every area of your life that is holding you back, every area of your life that's no longer serving you. Welcome to our daily 7 minutes of inspiration, giving you all the positivity that you need so you can go on about your day. Today we're going to be talking about building financial independence. Financial freedom begins with financial clarity. Financial freedom begins with financial clarity. You have to know where you are working towards, what it is that you are working towards, where you're headed, what you desire in life. You have to first understand what that looks like. And then from there, you're able to determine what works best for you. Proverbs 21 verse 5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty." And so, as they say, if you plan to fail, then you have failed to plan. And so it's important for you to make sure that you are planning. And for many, if they fail to plan, then guess what? They have already failed because they haven't planned anything. And so when we plan ahead of time, that's when we're able to accomplish our dreams and our goals. For many people, they say, "Oh, well, I planned to fail anyway." And that's a problem. Why are you planning to fail? You have to expand your horizon. You have to desire your best. If you plan to fail, then guess what? You are going to fail. As I've seen so many times, as I used to be in the classroom, and I've seen so many times that I'm like, "What grade are we going to get, guys, on this exam?" And they're like, "Oh, a 70, a 50. And I'm like, "Why are you setting the bar so low?" You have to aim high, give your best, be willing to do your best in everything that you do. And so when you think about your life, you have to think about it. Where you are right now is literally the result or end result of what you did 5 years ago. And so if you took action 5 years ago, then you should be living that out now. If you didn't take action, then you're living that out. So if you were eating junk food and all the hot Cheetos and all these things that are not healthy for your body, and then 5 years later, you're wondering, okay, why am I having these health challenges? You have to look at yourself. You have to be willing to do the work on yourself. And so if we were living in chaos 5 years ago and we did nothing to try to resolve the chaos and live in peace, then you can't be mad that your life is the way that it is right now. And so you might be asking yourself, what do I do? I want to live in financial freedom. What do I do? But first, you can start by reviewing your budget. Identify one area where you can save or invest and start with that. And as they say, you need to assign every dollar a place to go. Because if not, you're going to be looking at your bank account like, "Oh, I got some money this month." And in reality, you don't. Because as you know, things come up. You never know what's going to happen. You might have to get a new tire. You might have to get something fixed on your car, your house, or your something. And you never know. I mean, Lord knows if you have children, there's always something they need, right? This is due, that is due, this needs to be paid for, that needs to be paid for. And so I want you to reflect on this affirmation. I am building wealth and creating financial independence with wisdom and discipline. I am building wealth and creating financial independence with wisdom and discipline. And in my book called Unapologetically Divorced, you can find your copy at yourtransformationalhealing.com. And again, that is yourtransformationalhealing.com. There's a section in my book that's titled, "Can I Get a Little Peace of Mind?" I'm going to read an excerpt for you. Peace also requires you to slow down and be present. I know it's hard. I'm a recovering workaholic, so trust me, I get it. But sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is to stop, breathe, and just be. Go for a walk, journal your thoughts, or sit in silence, and listen to your own heartbeat. Those moments of stillness are where peace lives. And let's not forget the power of prayer, meditation, or whatever helps you reconnect with your source of strength. For me, it's God. When the world feels heavy and overwhelming, I have to remind myself that I'm not carrying it alone. Focus on God equals peace, and focus on the person or the problem equals more problems. And so, as you reflect on this excerpt, those are two completely different worlds, one filled with peace and one filled with chaos. And so many times we keep ourselves so busy that we don't even recognize that what we really need to be listening to and recognize what's really going on. And so I challenge you to say, hey, I am going to live my best life. I am going to live financially free. I will no longer be held back or repeating the cycle of what I've seen repeated in my family. It stops with me. So as we come to a close, I want to repeat this affirmation. I am building wealth and creating financial independence with wisdom and discipline. I am building wealth and creating financial independence with wisdom and discipline. Be blessed.
Yeah, Stella, baby. Finna get right. Here we go.